Finding out that we were going to come to France is pretty exciting. We had just won. We put so much energy into our presentation. We were looking at each other and our eyes were like welling up with like tears of happiness because it's just such an incredible opportunity. I don't know, that was very powerful for me because it was something I'd wanted to do ever since I heard about the competition.
Creative has never been more important. There has never been a better time to be in marketing and advertising.
Us sponsoring the Young Lion this year helps get the word out that creative has a new lease on life to go to all parts of a business. In Cannes, the notion of creative often gets, smothered by the old lines. They're the ones who grab all the headlights, and we just want to basically give the young lions the opportunity to show us what they've got.
Cannes is a celebration of the past 12 months. The Young Lions competitions is briefed and answered within a very short space of time. It'll be 24 hours. So the work that the teams create in that time is just fantastic. The level of idea creation, the execution of it is simply outstanding.
The Young Lions contest is almost like the World Cup in creativity. You have up to 50 countries, and each country sends their corresponding winner in their creative contest to Cannes to compete against other nations.
We've chosen 4 teams from different countries, from the United States to all across Europe, that we've chosen to follow over the course of their time here in the Young Lions Academy. We have someone from the cyber team, from the film team, from the design team, and from the PR team. And we have a crew following them around for a week, showing the entire process from beginning to end, from when they're briefed to the 24 hours they get to do the competition, right up until the end when the winners are announced. So we're there really to capture the spirit of the creative process, what that intense moment is like when they have 24 hours to get their work done, and then what it's like at the end when they, find out if they're the winner or not.
The teams really want to win. I mean, they're here to win, obviously. For them, it's like a big thing. It's for some the biggest achievement in their young creative careers. So obviously all the teams, or most of the teams, really are trying hard to win.
We have nearly 500 Young Lions competing here in Cannes. So the competition is really, really tough. We only award bronze, silver and gold in each of the 7 competitions. So there can only be 21 winners at the end of the day. But obviously to win the gold, that means that the jury who've looked at your work, either seen your work or listened to your work, they really have identified you and your execution as the best of the best.
These Young Lions are a different type of creative entirely. And their experience of a whole new world has influenced their creative process dramatically. And they are far ahead of the rest of us, actually. They understand these new dynamics deeply because guess what? They are that new consumer. And that gets reflected in their work. It gets reflected in their process. It gets reflected in how dynamic they are, both individually and collectively. So capturing the spirit and the power of that is really important to us, and also to amplify what is this new genius and really better understand it. It's the future of the industry.
My name is Ida, and I'm from Helsinki, Finland.
My name is Kuisma Päänänen.
My name is Rachel Carlisle.
I'm Patty Bloom.
Oh, my name is Richard Grommels. I come from Latvia.
My name is Andres Kierman.
My name is Mitchell.
My name's Imre. I'm 25 years old. I'm from the north of Holland.
When I was a child, I didn't thought that I'm going to advertising business.
I think I have always known that I see the world a little bit different from the others. And people always are asking how you come up with those crazy connections with things. So I'm pretty sure that I'm creative.
I was definitely always creative. I was making up stories or inventing things. My parents always had me in doing different like art classes and things like that. So I was always invested in like trying something new or like a new plan. And my parents really encouraged that in me and let me be a weird little kid.
I wanted to be an illustrator or something like that. Then I became a designer. Then my second goal was, okay, I'm gonna be an art director and I'm gonna do concepts and work at a really nice agency.
The first time that I saw an amazing print ad somewhere in a bus shelter in Amsterdam, and I was like so astonished by the fact, like, how do you make something like that? It's like this super cool composition, and I don't know, with a product behind it or something. I was like, oh, how do you make that? How do you go into that process? So I started discovering Photoshop and end up in advertising, which is really awesome. And till the day now, I still love it.
I grew up thinking or feeling like I'm not one of those creative people that you had to be born with it. You know, there's so many ways you could be creative in a way you organize your morning, how you do your breakfast, how you do your commute in the city. Being creative is taking a problem and being smart about how you solve it. Like all I do, you could call me a creative, but all I am is a problem solver.
Hello everybody, we're all here, so welcome to the Young Lion Competition 2017. Congratulations on winning your local competitions. Now we're back to a blank slate and we're all here to support you have the best competition you can. Everyone's here to celebrate their own creativity, and when you're on stage you want it to be your creativity that shines, so please make sure that happens.
Make it look nice. Obviously, it has to look nice because it's.
When I get a brief, I always start asking myself a lot of questions. What do they actually want to solve, you know? Or do we have to go further than this? Are they missing the brief themselves? And what does the audience really want, you know? Like coming up with a lot of insights. That really works for me, like to start with, because I think the strong insight is the best start of your idea. Because if you don't have a good insight, your campaign is most likely to not work.
And I run digital and innovation for Red.
When I received a brief, I thought, yeah, I can chill a little bit. It's going to be easy because the pressure is there, but it's not that big. Once you get to that room, it just kills you. Just straight kills you. That you can't get your space. You don't have that. There's no place where you can just be you and understand the business, what they want. I kept reading the brief. I kept going over it. I kept using it and just see if I'm missing anything. I was walking there just seeing if the message is what they want, and it just killed me. It was, I would say, unprepared. It's a bigger hit than you think.
If I get a creative brief, if they tell you to do one thing, you of course need to deliver on that, but you don't necessarily need to do it in the way that they thought you did. You could do it in an unexpected way that they didn't even know that they wanted. It's kind of, you do the legwork and you think about the research and insight, but then once it gets to the creative part, you almost need to just unplug for a second, do something else, distract yourself, and then hopefully it'll come to you. The biggest part of being creative is just recognize when either you have a good idea or someone else has a good idea.
For me, it not really works very good if I'm in the same office the whole day. I have to get inspired by my surroundings. So I'll get outside or go with a bike and talk to people like that too. I really like to get inspired by everything else than advertising. So photography or great movies or nature. And always really think of the audience, the target audience, what they are thinking. You always have to put that in mind. Get inspiration everywhere and use that in your work.
I think the inspiration part is happening always all around you. For instance, the week that we're here in Cannes is really inspiring. You see all the most famous speakers around you. You hear interesting stories about them, about their work, about their life, but also see all the work that is produced in the last year over the whole world. and you see how simple everything can be and how complicated we all make it sometimes.
I'm jealous of ideas all the time. I cannot say which one is the best I've seen, but yeah. All the time I'm jealous of other people's ideas. I think that a good idea is simple, but somehow unexpected and relevant to the client and to the subject. I think it's like connecting the dots, maybe in an unexpected way, in a new way.
I think creativity is about making these connections between things, coming up with new things, combining something old with something new.
For example, an iPhone. It's a phone with internet on it. That's two ideas mixed together. I always say the most creative people that I know are 80s sci-fi writers. So Knight Rider, for example, right? When it came out, internet wasn't even public. Now we got self-driving cars, Siri, internet databases, Skype, and all that. It's all in there. Creativity is when you start asking the question why. For example, why is the moon white? Right? Why can't it be blue? And that's when you start thinking differently, when you start creating a world in your mind, and you go like, yeah, that might look cool. Maybe we should do that.
The idea is the purpose, the goal, the direction you want to go. And it's often that doing the work gives you new ideas. So wherever you set the goal is not where you end up. Because the process did some changes. You had ideas on the way.
Okay, cracking. 1 hour.
It's getting tense.
And everybody's still working. Please, 1 hour.
We did have stressful moments, like when we rethought our idea at 2 p.m. on competition day. And I can't say that it was every single moment was full of smiles and laughter, but we never had any weird conflict or arguments, or it was pretty much an ideal partnership.
Yeah.
Okay. A good idea is sometimes very simple, and if once you find it, it's easy to explain. It was harder to come to the decision and realize that our campaign wasn't working than it was to come up with something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys all done over there? Are you all done? Cool.
You have to be confident, but not too confident. You don't want to improve yourself if you're too confident. To be little confident is good because then you know you are able to do this and you know you will find the answer to the brief or the problem.
You know, in the startup community, they say, you have a great idea, it's good, but that's only half of the story. You have to put in the work. An idea by itself is nothing.
They came up with a whole brand identity, and we didn't manage that. We had a great idea and a great icon, but not on a whole branding identity, and they did that, and they did that quite well. So yeah, really amazing in 24 hours.
I think it's a really good, interesting learning curve, like what we did here, but we should do it differently next time and focus more on execution if we do the design competition again. And go faster from doing research and start making and crafting like a whole day. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The idea that won is a good idea, and it's something that I missed. Most people probably missed in the ease of use and the ease of strategy. And as the guy was reading it, and he said the title next read, everything connected in my mind. I was just like, snap. And then I saw the screen, and it's exactly how I saw it as well. I was like, I was just smiling on my face, like, damn, that's good.
Yeah, they just did a good job, you know. Life is not a competition. So this is a competition. This is not real life. You're here to do your best job, yeah, but this is a safe environment. Nothing bad is gonna happen if you don't win. It's fine. My career is only 2 years, right? So I have many more years to do great work outside of competitions.
course we were disappointed. We came here to win medals.
I think we are pretty satisfied with our own work, and we know that the level of this competition is really high, and there are a lot of good filmmakers and creative persons here. Yeah, of course we were a little disappointed, but life goes on and next year we'll win. Yeah, I think I found my confidence in here, and I'm definitely going to use that at home and be more bold with my ideas and believe in myself maybe a little more. I'm not as bad as I sometimes think I am. I'm quite good actually, and I can come up with ideas and make things happen.
It was, of course, disappointing, and we would have wanted to place, but we felt sorry for ourselves for about 30 minutes, and then we got over it and just enjoyed the rest of Cannes.
I think it was more important that we made it here and that we got to compete with all these other teams who have big ideas and have a lot of strengths, and just be able to see all the powerful work here and have this experience than it was to win. I mean, just participating is a win. And I know that sounds very cliche to be like, well, we came, but the bigger picture is that this was very powerful to be a part of.
We're still U.S. champions. It's good enough. We'll take on the world another time.
It's still only the beginning. Just keep going. Yeah, that's the plan. No, then thank you. It was wonderful to participate. Yeah. Great work. Thank you guys. We'll see you tonight.
The lesson is there's still loads of things to learn. There's still ways how you have to improve your way how to approach projects. Because the more you work in a certain field, the more you start stagnate.
So for all the young creatives that ever want to go there and want to go to Cannes, if there's an opportunity, take it, because it's the best experience of your life. Your creativeness is getting a major boost, and the crazy party life, and then the talks and I mean, Young Lion competition like this is really inspiring and interesting to do. If there is an opportunity, take it and go 100% for it, because it really pays off.